What is going on, guys? Mr. Basie here, and today we're going to be doing some more Crusaders of the Lost Idols, yet again back with the event. Now, some really awesome news before we actually jump into what we're going to be doing today. We will be examining the new Crusaders because I did actually do the other half of the event with the other Crusaders, so I have both the new Crusaders and really cool news here, which I'll show you right here. MacLeod, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it doesn't matter because we're actually on, and I'll show you right here just to prove it. We're actually on the very last stage of the event, which is the first time this has ever happened. As you can see, we need 1,500 idols. With the very last objective, I went to about 250, which ironically is what we need to get to here, which is nice because we pretty much know we're going to be able to beat it. I needed 1,500 idols, and with that last reset, I did get something like 60, which did put me over 1,500, as you can see right up here. Pretty cool stuff. I'm going to be doing that, and then I'm going to heavily grind free play afterwards, and we'll see how many event chests we're going to get. I'm also, of course, going to buy the ones that are in the store. I'm going to buy the usual 7, I think it is, for 10 bucks is what I usually buy. And so we're going to be doing that. So hopefully we have another, I guess, mile marker in terms of how many chests we've done in it for an event, because before it was like we were only getting like 8 or something like that. Then the last one was quite a lot. I think it was something like 10 or 12. This time we might have even more because I already have, this will be the 3rd jeweled chest, plus I'm gonna get the 7. Right, I'm going to get the 7 from the store, and then I'm going to get any of the ones that I can potentially get for free play. I'm just going to reset as often as possible, and I'm going to get the ones from the crowns, which I'll just buy with whatever leftover crowns I have at the end of the event, or right before it ends, so to speak. So I think that's what I'm going to do, because it does cost 2,500 of these, so potentially I could just really grind it super hard and make some cool stuff happen, hopefully, and we could end up with some really cool stuff. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and dip out of this. And of course, I'm already in the event. I've already started it. I've already gone through it. Just because I'm not really covering necessarily how to get through it, because it's fairly simple. Level 250, I think, for the majority of people out there is very attainable. But I'll just show you I don't even have a full set of Crusaders, but basically, just as a quick recap of what I like to do, and it's pretty much cut and paste each and every time, which is why I never really have any guides as to how to get through certain things in the event. I might do that later as we get to higher idol levels, where it might be a bit more difficult, when it comes to the actual game, because later on in the game, you need well more than what you need for an event when it comes to idols. You need like thousands of idols. So it might be beneficial then, especially considering some cool stuff that's actually coming out for Crusaders. If you follow me on Twitter, I'm not sure if I can actually say it. I mean, I'm assuming I could because, it was announced on Twitter by the Crusaders, or by the Crusaders team. So I'm not sure if I can say it though. I don't want to get myself in trouble, so if you follow me on Twitter, check it out. I did retweet some of the stuff that's been going on the Crusader side of things. It looks really, really cool. So, I'm pretty pumped about that. I'm not going to say it yet until I get permission, until I say, I'll email them and ask if I can, but basically, there's some cool stuff coming, and I'm going to want to really, step up my game when it comes to giving out tips, because, well, those new things are going to be coming. So I'm trying to be as vague and generalized as possible, because I don't know if I can actually say anything. But anyway, my current setup is pretty much a lot of gold Crusaders. As you can see, Santa's pretty much in a position that actually is kind of poop because no one's here. So let me actually do something about that by buying Queen Siri, who's another gold character. Now, I'm very heavily around the gold Crusaders because, when it comes right down to it, where did Queen Siri go? Oh, there she is. When it comes right down to it, there's usually only 1 or 2 Crusaders that really do a massive amount of stuff. So it doesn't necessarily matter too much to have the entire thing built for DPS. Now, I do have some Crusaders that complement those 1 or 2 Crusaders that might be doing the most amount of damage in my squad, but it's really up to them. You know what I mean? Once they're gone, everyone else is pretty screwed. I might as well just go back a level because everyone is more than likely going to die. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and buy Bat Billionaire. Only reason I'm buying him is for his, this one right here for the gold buff. I usually use it like a click damage one or an accuracy one, because I'm like, it doesn't even matter. Like, I don't even care about these. I don't necessarily care about these either, so I usually use one of these two. Sometimes when I'm feeling a little bit frisky, I use the gold one, because then you get like a 25% buff on the gold, and then you get 25% more because it's 25% when you use any buff. So it's pretty cool. You get essentially 50% buff. So let's go back here and by Santa's ability, because I was wondering why Santa was kind of doing dookie, but now I understand why. But don't worry, Santa, I got you. I got enough money to buy all your upgrades, and you should be good. Yep, 1.36 million is what we're sitting at currently, and we should be doing better than that, should we not? Huh. Oh no, there's one Crusader left. I always do this. But we're going to be checking out the Crusaders now. So let's go ahead and see who I want to swap, because Lumberjack pretty much is not doing anything anymore. It's kind of funny how Lumberjack used to be pretty awesome, you know, back when we were, I guess, doing a lot of that with Lumberjack. And he used to be like our main DPSer. Now he's just not. Like, he's just not as good anymore. He's still a very good character, so if you're still rolling with the beginning Crusaders, Lumberjack is still the guy to do the job. But I have a bunch of event Crusaders that just kind of make him a little obsolete, just a teeny bit. But I am still looking to do some of those challenge runs where I only use core Crusaders. I don't use any event Crusaders. We'll see how well I do. Now, I don't have that many idols, so it might be a bit difficult, but we'll just have to see. So let's see, who are the new Crusaders? Let's figure this out. Who is swapping with who? I don't even know. Let's go back and check. Okay, so this guy swaps with Dark Griffin, and he swaps with Washed Up Hermit. So this is actually awesome. I'm really glad he swaps with Washed Up Hermit. Dark Griffin is kind of useful, but I literally have never used Washed Up Hermit, barely at all. So we're going to use him. Who is Washed Up Hermit? Oh no, don't tell me it's this dude. Oh, thank goodness, it's Kyle, isn't it? Thank goodness. I don't use Kyle at all anyway either, so let's go ahead and swap for that guy, and let's buy into him and see what he's all about. I just want to see his upgrades, so here we go. Let's check that out. And don't forget, we will be opening up the chests, but we will not be doing that probably during the event. We'll do that the episode after that, whether that's the next event or whether it's just another Crusaders video that just happens to be after this, which more than likely will be. I want to really get to the core game of it. You know, I want to do more episodes of this. I really actually do enjoy Crusaders, despite the fact that it might not get uploaded as often as other things. But believe it or not, I really do enjoy Crusaders. It's a very, very fun game. I like the complexity of it. I think that's what really draws me to the game. So, looking at Serpent King Draco, or Draco? So, Slithers, it's the creepiest form of movement. I don't know about that. Spider movement can be pretty creepy. Increases the base DPS of Serpent King. Let's go ahead and just do that. Okay, let's upgrade him as we go, but I'm reading his things. Oh man, the sibilance is going to be crazy in this video. You don't say. He's like some mobster or something. Some mobster with like a speech impediment. Like, see, I don't say. Increases the DPS. Okay, I like when they're team players. That helps. Kingdom's Call. Rise Up My Royal Brethren. Increases DPS by 100% for each Royal Crusader. Okay, that's cool. But decreases his bonus by 50% for each non-Royal Human Crusader. Okay, so for each Royal Crusader, but then non-Royal Human Crusader. I mean, some of these aren't, I mean, are they really human? Like, if you think about it, she's a demon, he's a robot, right? She's royal. She's a witch. I mean, I think she's considered human, but I don't necessarily know about that. That's an elf. That's an ogre. He's a robot, right? I mean, he's Robot Santa, right? This dude's like a freaking tree stump. He's a leprechaun. That's not human, right? I mean, it's like a mini human, I guess. He's human. It's just a kid with a breadstick, basically. He's human. It's pretty much Batman. She's human. He's human. But I'm probably gonna take him out. So pretty much everyone in this front column and these two is not human, at least as far as I'm concerned. But as far as the game is concerned, I'm pretty sure they do count her as human. They're gonna count him as human more than likely, and definitely this guy. Well, obviously. But let's move on. So let's just buy that. Okay, our DPS actually went down, so apparently we're doing bad things. At least for him, his DPS went down. So Tiger Grasp, feeling a little restricted, increases the base DPS of Serpent King Draco by 150%. I like that. All right. Survival of the fittest. The superior race will survive. Increases the DPS by 100% for each Animal Crusader, but decreases this bonus by 50% for each Robot Crusader. Oh, come on, man. Why are you hating on the robots? Hiss. Don't throw a hissy fit. Oh my god. Increases the base DPS of Serpent King Draco by 150%. Nice. And then the usual ×4 multiplier for every 25 levels over 200, which we will get and boost and boost and boost. We'll see where he ends up in. I'm curious where he might end up. And I want to get him to 650 here and see where he's at. What's he doing now? Because I know Washed Up Hermit's supposed to be pretty darn good, as a matter of fact. At least a lot of people were saying that. I don't necessarily know when. He does get better than this guy, obviously. Let's just prove that, I think. Pretty sure he's actually better than him at this point in the game. Wow, he's actually not. Okay. Well, actually, that's false. He has absolutely no upgrades, whereas this guy does. So he could potentially be very good, especially if we played around his upgrades, like, you know, these things a little bit. But you know, I can take out this guy, which probably wouldn't be too bad. Although, actually, now that I come to think of it, that's probably why he's even at 13.9, is because of him. So that actually doesn't make sense to do that. So still not necessarily the best. Let's go ahead and bump him a little bit more, because we don't even have him there yet. They're both at, okay, so they're both at 650 now. Something to note, they're both at 650. He has a bunch of upgrades. He has a bunch of stuff. Look, 600% on his DPS. That's actually really significant, okay? And he has been sitting in my lobby here for a little longer than King Draco, which honestly actually doesn't matter, because this guy just has enchantment points, and so does he, apparently. Oh, because, oh, that's right. The enchantment points are through everyone for this. Because I do have some enchantment points for Washed Up Hermit and Kyle. So I think that's why, because the enchantment points bleed through different characters. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be on that character to benefit from the enchantment points, I think. You'll have to drop a comment down below, let me know. In any case, he has none of these, and look at this. He's actually better. Yes, with the Lumberjack's help, but without it, he'd only be just a little bit worse than the Lumberjack. And again, Lumberjack has these two things, okay? Basically, a 700% DPS increase, all right? This guy has nothing. So, actually could be quite good. Could be quite good. Alright, so let's go ahead and look. Who's the next one? Swaps with Dark Griffin. This is the one that's a bit questionable. I'm going to need this guy to be really good to really impress me. Rocky the Rockstar just did not do it for me. Wasn't really a big fan of him. I don't know whether I just wasn't using him right, but I personally didn't like him. Let's go ahead and move on and do Montana James. Now, this guy is pretty sick. Let's get all these keys here. Let's swap and buy. Who are we going to swap out? Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and see how much. Let's swap Montana James for the Lumberjack and see what he would have gotten to. Okay, we'll put both the new Event Crusaders in the back. So actually, look at that. He's actually just about as good as him, if not better. I don't remember. I think Lumberjack was at 36. He's at 35. So pretty darn interesting. Let's look at Montana James here. Crack. I'm assuming that's the whip. It's a sonic boom for your DPS. Increases the base DPS of Montana James by 100%. Sweet. All that swagger. Swagger, swag, swoop, swoop. Increases damage taken by human Crusaders by 20... Wait. Oh, reduces... I was going to say, how does that help? Reduces damage taken by human Crusaders by 25% and other Crusaders by 15%. That's kind of cool. Alright, that's kind of cool. I like that. Again, this is Dark Griffin, so that's pretty helpful, okay? Does it actually say different things? Let's see here. I can't see. Really level? I should have just paused it. That was my own fault. All right, let's look at Wendy the Witch, because she is, I think, a human. So let's find out. Boom, boom. Okay. I need King Drop. Stop. No, please, please, please. Oh, his name is Mom. I'm struggling. Come on, man. I need. Wendy the Witch takes 25% less damage. So actually, she's not a human. Surprisingly, is she a human? What is that? What? She's an elf, dude. Everyone knows elves are not humans. Unless she's just... Is it Halloween? Like, what's going on, man? But this girl, like, look at her ears. I mean, I'm not being, like, discriminatory or anything. That's just what they're born with. And look at her ears. Those are not human ears, okay? And those are not human eyebrows. Look at those eyebrows. Those are not human. If someone can find me a picture and tweet at me with someone with those kind of eyebrows, like that long and that pronounced, like, you need to be putting some hair gel in your eyebrows for that kind of stuff. But anyway, we'll leave it be. One last thing I forgot to mention is this one time I will not be doing the giveaway. I will be picking up the giveaway in the next episode, which will not actually be very long. I do want to do, again, more episodes of this. I've been wanting to for a while, so we're going to do that. It's more than likely going to be maybe free play. Maybe me talking about some stuff, looking at some different formations with the different Crusaders and seeing what they can do. Who knows? Because there's some theories that I have for defensive things. I like gold and DPS balanced formations, and then DPS defense formations, like ones that revolve around those two things, which obviously is what you want, but some people stack DPS, some people stack high defense, some people stack only gold, especially when they're getting offline. My formation doesn't change too much whenever I'm offline to when I'm playing the game. So again, I will be doing that next time in the next video, whether that's in the event or off the event, but that's how it's going to go for just this time. I've been pretty consistent with it, you know, this entire time, but just this one time I'll save it for the next video. So I do apologize for that. But again, don't let that stop you from entering the giveaway again. Okay, if you want to enter the giveaway again, this is a new video, so technically you can re-enter yet again, get your name in once more. Again, each new video you can re-enter and get your name in again. So I'll also leave the link to the website down in the description down below. Again, that's my link. That'll help me out. That'll let them know that I sent you. You can view a bunch of cool stuff there, and you can download the game there too, which is pretty cool. Or they have a link to download the game. So it's pretty awesome stuff. So with that being said, that you actually might be able to find on their website. I'm not going to promise because I haven't looked yet, but you might be able to find that new news that I was talking about earlier in the video. Maybe. I don't know. You'll have to go over there and check it out. I know I will be, because I'm going to send them an email too to see if I can talk about it, because I'd really like to. But I'm just not going to risk it right now. So head over to the website. You'll probably find it there, or check on Twitter. So here we go. Let's go continue with Montana James, just in time, which I'm assuming is the little hat reference from you know, Indiana Jones. What's it called? How cliche. Increases the DPS of animal crusaders by 50%. That's nice. So this guy and Serpent King Draco actually go kind of well together. There goes Serpent King Draco's right there. I'm assuming I'm saying that right. I want to say Draco or Drago. I want to say Drago, but I don't think that's right. Turn the tides. Just gotta wait for the moon to set. Increases the global DPS. Wait, what? Increase global DPS by 200% if a Crusader in the column in front of Montana is dead. Well, that changes a lot. He would be real. Okay, so in this particular strategy, I don't actually need to have. Let me pause it so I can talk about this for a moment, because this could actually be really good as defensive things. In a defensive way, this might be good. I'll explain this right here. Let me turn this off. Okay, so basically the way I'm thinking of this, right, is right as of this formation. I'm sure you can, you know, find the spots for this in the next formation. But you see how, you know, my best Crusaders are up front here. I've got the Witch, and I've got the person who's, you know, amplifying the Witch. This guy's amplifying the Witch. This guy's feeding off the Witch, okay? Feeding the power off the Witch, or the DPS, I suppose. What I could do is move these guys back to this middle column, because technically speaking, I don't necessarily have to have these guys here. I could have this guy right there, have this guy here. I could not, she doesn't need to be in the middle, because I'd want to keep the Leprechaun right there, right? And what I would do is put my defensive Crusaders, whoever they might be, whether it's Pumpkin or Brute or whoever, up front, okay? I'll put them up front, and I'll put Montana James directly behind them in this row. What I could also do is throw Alan the Archangel, because it's whoever dies. Oh, this could be good. So this is a really cool little theory session here, guys. If I throw Alan the Archangel next to them, because I'm pretty sure, let's go to Alan the Archangel and see what's up with him. Is he right here? He is. Let's swap him out. Let's buy him so I can read his stuff. Let's see here. He has a revival thing. Okay. Monsters are stunned for 2 seconds when they start attacking Crusaders next to Alan the Archangel. That's really good. That could help in addition to what I'm already going to talk about here. Let's go and see. When a friendly Crusader dies, it has a 10% chance to be resurrected at full health, pushing back and damaging all enemies on the screen. 30% of max health. Okay, so, but there's something else here. Okay, where is that? Okay, here it is. Resurrection is 100% chance for Crusaders adjacent to Alan, but it still has a 225% second cooldown. Now that's a significant cooldown, but hear me out here. If you have a defense Crusader in the front, right here, right? Then you have Alan, who has the only reason he's even there, or maybe in the back, just so he doesn't die. The only reason he's even there is simply to make it so that that person will be revived, okay? The person that's adjacent to Alan the Archangel will get revived. I'm assuming I've got a healing Crusader in here somewhere. Then I have Montana James, who, if that Crusader does die, okay, because if he does die, Alan the Archangel will revive him. Now, I'm not sure if this stacks, because if it does, that's even better. But if the Crusader in front were to die, everyone else is going to get that 200% bonus. Alan will revive that Crusader, okay? And I'm assuming my Crusader, and I think that's max health, right? Or am I wrong? It doesn't specify. But I'm assuming it is max health. Or it's like this one, and it's 30% of max health. And I'm gonna have, you know, healing Crusaders behind him. That would work really well. I mean, just imagine that. And then if he dies again, if it stacks, that's another 200%. I'm pretty sure it doesn't stack. That'd be kind of OP. As of right now, I don't think that's necessarily OP. I know it might sound like it initially, but the fact of the matter is that does require a lot of coordination. That does require a lot of spots. And this right here, this formation does kind of fit that quite well. But I think in a lot of formations, not all of them, but in a lot of formations, you might need to sacrifice some Crusaders, you know, in some fashion, whether it's gold or whatnot. You know, you might not have to use the preset button to switch the Crusaders around. Because I think in most situations you will have to sacrifice Crusaders to actually make that happen, but that is a good strategy. And then, of course, because I'm moving these guys back to this row, they're going to get the, because right now they would be the ones dying, right? But if it's a DPS Crusader that's dying, or if it's, I'm sorry, if it's a, you know, a defense character that's dying, like the Pumpkin, or like Brute, right? Then, technically speaking, they would still be back here alive and well, and perfectly capable of continuing fighting with a higher DPS and potentially moving me even further, because that's a 200% punch, right? If I'm anticipating that my Crusaders are going to die, let's say a boss battle, I'm saying, okay, my Crusaders are going to die right here. This is what's going to happen. This, little combination that I've got going is going to take effect. Then, if I still need extra help, what I can do at that point is activate a DPS boost of some fashion, the 100%, the 200%, or the 400% if I really need to, pack an extra punch. The only problem with that is if you need that much help getting through a level, you're probably not going to make it too much further anyway, but it might get you to the next gold level, right? It might get you to the next gold level. How long does this last? Is it permanent? So if, see, now that this is a problem. I'm not sure whether it means while they're still dead. I don't know if that means if they have to still be dead. Because if that's the case, what I could do is put a defense Crusader in the front and put just a random scrub-a-dub character to the right of him. Because Alan will still be adjacent, right? He'll still be behind that person. So that while that character will be dead, he'll only revive one of them, correct? I'll have to be very careful with the placement of Alan, because if I don't, then he might revive the wrong person. I want my defense character revived again. So yeah, I think it could still work. You just have to you'd have to be tricky with it. Again, it's very complicated, but it could potentially work if you want to get a little complicated with it. But anyway, moving on from that. So sometimes you're just not feeling up for a fist fight. He's got a gun too. Oh man, remember that scene? Once every 5 seconds, takes a shot at a random enemy for 200% DPS. But is he even that good though? Like, is he I don't know, man. That's crazy. That's actually kind of good. Wow. Damsel in distress. It's not just a full day without a damsel to rescue. Increases the DPS of all Crusaders by 40% when the princess is also in the formation. Dang. Who takes up the princess? Somebody important, I know, because I remember I used to be like, oh yeah, that's great that I don't need to worry about that, but I'm pretty sure somebody that I use on the regular, it's him, dude. Well, I don't use him that much. I'm using him now, but in the previous episodes, I actually wasn't using him that much. Believe it or not. I just didn't feel like it was necessary, or I didn't have a spot open for him, and I was like, I'm not gonna spend time trying to figure out a spot for him, because he's not that great. He doesn't do that much for me. Sometimes he does, but most of the time he's just not that great. Let us continue with this. I apologize, I've been sitting here for a while, but I wanted to really talk about it and not have any interruptions, so I'm sorry about that. Don't worry, I'm not going to go to 250 in this video. I'm going to do it on my own. But this video is about examining the Crusaders, and I was talking about some strategies in there too. So hopefully you guys are cool with that. I'm sure you guys appreciate that, the strategy talk. It's something I like to do anyway. So I could utilize that. That might be pretty cool. Again, that's just another thing that you can combine to make a really powerhouse DPS squad. It could end up being really good. Let's go ahead and activate Bat Billionaires in here. Let's go ahead and let's activate some cool stuff. So let me buy this one, okay? I'm gonna buy this one. Let's play some highball, see where this goes. Play some highball. What the hell's highball? All right, we'll buy this for 12 minutes. That sounds reasonable. 3.4 million, dude. Let's go. That's actually really awesome. So what's the, okay, so then the last one is just the ×4 levels every 25. Pretty standard. Let's bump him and see how far he'll go. Maybe this ability right here ends up being pretty good. Oh my god, that it actually is kind of good, surprisingly. Wow. And again, very, very crucial that you guys remember that these guys don't have any bumps, or any bumps. Yeah, they're not bumpy, guys. They're nice and smooth. No, they have no buffs. Okay, they have no buffs at all. That is really interesting to think about. So yeah, that is kind of cool. All right, I like these Crusaders. These are pretty good. I mean, I like all the event Crusaders. They all have their specific uses. And again, if you really think about things, you can really set some crazy stuff up. And I'm sure if I went back and looked at the previous event Crusaders, I could probably find things that they could be used in, like little strategies or scenarios that they could be used in. And, you know, honestly, the way to be really good at this game is, one, just accumulate a lot of idols, and two, is to really learn every single Crusader and what they do, because when you see a new formation, like let's just say I saw this formation for the first time, I would look at it and be like, oh, you know what, this would be good here, this character would be good here, these combination of characters would work really well with this formation, and I would just know that off the top of my head because I know what each Crusader does, and I can apply it based on the way the formation is laid out. So again, you guys can see why I like the game. I like complex games like this. I mean, this is like, I don't want to say, you know, exactly like it, but it is pretty much a single-player version, kind of. Okay, a more simplified single-player version of a game like StarCraft. Kind of. It kind of has that feel to me. Especially when I'm doing stuff crazy, like activating the splash damage at the same time as I'm doing, as I activate like the slow one, like this one, right? You know, I would like slow down the enemies, like freeze all the enemies for 5 seconds, and then when the boss came onto the screen, I would do the splash damage. You might have seen me do that early on in my Crusaders playthroughs and gameplays. I love doing that, like it's so awesome. By the way, this particular little thing is, randomly, the Crusaders that I've accumulated over time attack me. I thought that was going to be really difficult. Like, I was like, oh my god, I hope the witch doesn't attack me, but I suppose they would actually have to get to your formation to make anything significant happen, like any severe damage. I don't know if the damage that you currently are doing with that Crusader is what damage they have when they encounter you. Maybe minus the buffs, right? But that would be difficult. And we might see that later on here, because I do have to get to 250. We're not even close. We're not even, well, we're a little right about halfway, kind of, a little under. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited. This is pretty cool. I'm gonna grind this out, boss this one out, get another jewel chest, buy the jewel chest, and I'm going to start grinding free plays, and then whatever I have left over at the end, I'll buy some jewel chests with the little torches that we're getting from the event. So with that being said, I'm pretty sure that covers everything I wanted to do in this video. Again, the giveaway will be in the next video. Okay, so those of you that are waiting for the giveaway, don't worry. I'm just skipping one. Okay, I am going back to the every single video giveaway. I am still doing that. I wasn't doing that before, but I'm doing it now because I realized not many people were claiming the codes anyway. So that is how it's going to be. And you know what I'm going to start doing too is if you win the giveaway, I'm not going to do it now because I think it's kind of unfair to do it, you know, just make up a new rule and then take some people out. If you do win the giveaway, you'll be taken out of the giveaway. You can re-enter, but however many times your name was in the giveaway will be taken out. So I think I'm going to do it that way. That way I can take out the people. I could have been doing it the whole time. That way I can take out all the people that I suppose have won in the past, even whether they've claimed their code or not. They did technically win. So yeah, I'm going to start doing that to lessen the list a little bit, give the people that are consistently watching the series a better chance at actually winning an event, or not an event, but a jeweled chest, because that's what the code is for one free jeweled chest. So with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know I did. This was very cool. I really enjoyed going through that little Crusader talk, or that little Crusader formation, I guess, theory to see if it would work. It's very interesting. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. But in any case, until then, definitely make sure you rate the video what you think it deserved. If you did enjoy, please consider sharing the video as well. That kind of stuff really helps me out a lot, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or any social media really, or even word of mouth with your friends. That's really awesome too. Of course, that directly helps me as well as the entire community and is greatly appreciated. So with that being said, if you want to become a Sage in training, make sure you subscribe today. And as always, this has been Mr. Basie, your favorite Sage, and I'll see you in the next video.